What is up, Sapphire Squad? It is your boy JPin88 here, presenting to you all the channel update for 2025, which will be mainly covering a couple of important things between this year and next year. So without any hesitation, let's get started. So for starters, this video was originally supposed to be posted around the middle of January, earlier this year, even as I mentioned it around the beginning of January in a community post. But in all honesty, the energy just didn't feel right at all, and I kept delaying it week after week after week until the beginning of May. At that point, I then thought maybe I should post it on the day of the Sonic Speedrun Redemption Charity Marathon was going to happen. Now yes, today, as of posting this video, was originally supposed to be day 1 of the Sonic Speedrun Redemption Charity Marathon, now calling it 2.0. However, I decided that I'm actually going to delay it for next year for a few reasons. First and foremost, for anybody that's watched any of the practice runs that I've done so far, last year would have been the opportunity to put in a practice run through each and every Sonic game in the Sonic series. But why that wasn't the case is because of so much stress and frustration with the algorithm on this platform screwing over a certain number of videos. The one thing that I genuinely dislike is the fact that I allowed myself to go through so much of that stress and frustration. I was barely able to focus on new music, and more importantly, I was barely able to focus on practice runs, constantly thinking that playthroughs and gameplays were the only thing that mattered. Second thing following that, the practice runs itself so far, I've been going about trying to take them more seriously. Not like I haven't, but it's more so focusing on getting good times throughout each game. Hence why certain practice runs, rightfully so, are current world records. Third and final thing, I still gotta get certain equipment. Emphasis on possibly a new mic, a second monitor, etc, etc. Follow up from a bit about talking about the marathon, I thought I would share a progress report to where things are currently at right now. So last November to be exact, I went to a video game event. If anything, as far back as I can remember, this was the first video game event that I've ever went to in a long time. Ever since that time in November, I've gone to 2 other video game events. So far, I should say. It's a good thing I separated each pile of all the games that I've got from the 3 video game conventions so far. So these are all the games that I got at the video game event I went to in November. So 2 GameCube games, which are Sonic Adventure DX and Sonic Heroes. Although with Sonic Heroes the disc condition was bad, it has a lot of scratches on it, so I had no luck on getting this to work. If anything, I plan on selling it. Adventure DX on the other hand was able to work just fine. If anything, the condition on the disc was as if it was almost brand new. I got one PS2 game called Tokobots Plus. Mysteries of the Karakuri. Hopefully I said the name right. I actually have the original PSP version as well. If I'm not mistaken, both the PS2 and PSP versions are similar, but the PS2 version has more features, or something like that. Next to that, there was a table that had imported games from Japan, and I ended up getting one Dreamcast game and one Sega Saturn game. Both happen to be fighting games that I'm really familiar with. The Dreamcast game is Power Stone, and the Sega Saturn game is Virtua Fighter Remix. Before the second video game event in March, sometime in February, I actually got this, the Japanese version of Sonic Adventure. Now on to the games that I got at the second video game event around the end of March. I got 4 Nintendo DS games. I got Sonic Rush, Sonic Rush Adventure, Sonic Colors, and Space Invaders Extreme 2. I got one GameCube game, that being Sonic Heroes, except this one isn't in very good condition, which was better than the other Sonic Heroes I got from back in November. I also got one Wii game here, which is Deca Sports. And what has to be the luckiest game discovery out of the bunch here, which I was really glad to find, one Dreamcast game, the original Sonic Adventure 2. What made it even better was the fact that it was in like new, if not brand new condition. And now on to the most recent games that I got at this third event around the end of May last month. I got 2 Nintendo DS games. Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games, Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Winter Games, 3 Nintendo Wii titles, Sonic Riders Zero Gravity, Sonic in the Secret Rings, and Sonic in the Black Knight, which I was actually lucky enough to actually get this in brand new condition. And lastly, 2 Nintendo GameCube games, Super Mario Sunshine and the Games Pack, Pac-Man Vs. and Pac-Man World 2. Following all the games here, sometime back in the beginning of this year, I got this new console here which is called the PSP Consolizer. Essentially a console version of the PlayStation Portable which was made by 2 people. Believe it or not, I was actually one of the first individuals to get this console. I've been following the project ever since last summer, so sometime in July. Throughout January, I was on the lookout for specifically a PS4 controller, as the creators of the console had recommended using one. I was able to get one right here. This is about the closest thing that I have to owning anything related to a PS4, and in all honesty, I can't wait to get a PS4. One cool feature about this console is the fact that it doesn't need a battery for it to turn on. Instead, all you have to do is plug in the PSP charger and hold on the home button on the controller. A small blue light shows up on the console as well as the controller's light staying on, indicating that it's turned on now. The thing with how to get the controllers to work with this console is that it works via Bluetooth, which there's an entire guide on how to do so, as well as a guide to mapping out the buttons on the controller to your liking. I'll leave a link in the description for anybody that's interested. So now, I'm gonna show off a bit of gameplay testing a few games.
Kazama. Get ready for the next battle.
隙があったらかかってきや。
Round 1. Fight. You win. Round 2. Fight. You
今日は
win.
こんぐらいで許したるわ。
built on an exclusive island chain off the shores of Sicily, Moa Therma is the very definition of Mediterranean glamour. Race through the horizontal synchro-logistics dynamo and contribute to the electricity supply for the residential rich and healthy in this 5.3K track.
Three, two, one, go! Mines. Shield active. Bomb. Missile. Rockets. Shield active. Mine. Final lap. Rockets. Rockets. Shield active. Autopilot engaged. Disengaging.
Race complete. First place. Gold medal awarded.
in the great struggle of good.
Looks like the bugs won.
What was that?
Nothing. All right. Everything with more than 2 legs start trembling, because the Daxtonator is in the building.
That's the spirit. Are you ready for your first test?
Just give me the bug juice, Pops, and make it a double. I'll hose down every creepy crawly that moves.
No. You must first learn the basics. In my day, we hunted bugs with style and class. A more elegant weapon, a more civilized time. Now, for your first job, I want you to go and take out all the loose bugs in the local hotel. Go get 'em.
Your first job is at the West Side Hotel. Find the concierge, and he will show you the ropes.
Gangster, I almost forgot to tell you about the communication device. I'll use this to keep in touch with you whenever you're away from the shop.
If there's one thing I've learned, you can never have too many of these precursor orbs. A health pack! Woo, bet you never guessed that one.
Daxter, that gold gem is trapped by all of these new nasty bugs. Collect as many of these as you can. That's the hotel, Daxter. Head inside and talk to the concierge. And remember, your job is to...
Whoa! Get a load of this place!
So you must be the exterminator. Mr. Crew, our best customer, will be pleased you're here. But I don't like the looks of you. The bugs up here ate the last exterminator alive. Anyway, I'd love to let you up the elevator, but I've lost the key somewhere. Have a look round for it, will you? Thank you. Now bring me back a nice stack of those gold bug gems, and I'll tell Osmo you've managed better than that last fellow he sent.
So those were just a few games. There's definitely a ton of other PSP games I'm highly interested in running. There's already been a couple of PSP games I've ran on this console a few months ago already. Had I actually gone through with posting this channel update video back in January, I would have made this small showcase into a separate video showcasing this console in more detail, but figured showing this off in the channel update video would at least be worth it. That's pretty much a significant amount of progress made overall so far. Still on the lookout for a certain number of Sonic games, of course. There's an upcoming video game event happening in July, which I'm definitely looking forward to. I'm already aware that one of the newest Sonic games, being Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, is going to be released in September, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if I might honestly do a long play or a playthrough on it, but if many people are actually interested in me doing videos on it, then by all means, I don't mind doing it. Aside from that, I'll speak on more info about this charity marathon either later on this year or the beginning of next year. So now on to the important part of the channel update. For anyone that's either new to the channel or has been watching the content and supporting the channel for a long time, I've been posting content every day for the past 6.5 years now. Given how rare it is that anybody is willing to sacrifice so much out of their life, through late nights and early mornings, to be doing so much of a super consistent thing like this the way that I've been doing that has been insane. One thing I will say, through all the achievements that were accomplished, I always have and always will be truly grateful. not just to the many viewers who watch and support the content, but also to the man above himself, and that's God. I thank God for when it came to certain days, I felt like I wanted to give up on this platform, but I didn't. Or certain days where I didn't have the energy to record any videos, but I did it anyway. Back in the middle of January earlier this year, somehow it honestly felt like, for the very first time, that I actually had burnout. I don't know how it took until year 6 to somehow feel like that, but it did. I started to think about certain gameplay videos that I posted earlier this year, such as these two. There's something about thinking more towards upgrading the style of content, practicing to get better with making better thumbnails, wanting to take my time to post better quality videos, more specifically gameplay. Whether it would be adding in commentary or adding in more details explaining each mod, for example. Basically what I'm saying is, what do you guys feel is more important to you when it comes to watching content? Do you actually prefer quantity, which is posting more videos like what I've been doing, or do you actually prefer quality? Not posting as much, but providing better content. This question has been on my mind as far back as last August, and I've been meaning to ask this question and get some opinions from you guys about this. Now believe me when I say that this isn't me saying that I'm done with the platform. It's more so me saying that I'm actually going to start focusing more on quality of the content. Also, for the record, I'm going to take a break from posting content for the remainder of June, but once entering July, I'm going to start focusing on practice speedruns again for this charity marathon next year. Get back to working on new music, and of course new video ideas. The only exception for if I do any playthroughs are two things. One would be a new fan game mod or ROM modification release, or two, a previous fan game mod or ROM modification that I've showcased before that has a new update released. I don't want to feel like I'm rushing any of the content or pressuring myself at times to quickly come up with a new idea. There's a ton of ideas that I've had on a video idea list I've made a couple of years ago that I've never gotten a chance to actually work on at all, including a guide for a specific Sonic 3 Air mod. With Dr. Robotnik's Ring Racers, the map mod collection is still something I would like to continue. I purposely stopped at episode 9 just so that I can come up with a different idea for how I want to present episode 10. At the same time, I'm not 100% sure yet on when I'll work on episode 10. I should also mention that I plan on doing 2 new mod compilations. The first one is going to be posted between July and August, and the second one is going to be between November and December. The 2 previous mod compilations I did last year featuring Shadow and Hypersonic, I plan on running back next year. Following that as well, there's a special video I plan on doing for a milestone that recently happened back in October, which was hitting over 100 million overall views on the channel. Crazy, unbelievable achievement. Never thought in the 13.5 years of being on this platform did I ever think I would ever see a number that big. So I would like to take the time and thank every single one of you guys, subscribers and viewers alike, have been enjoying so much of the gameplays, so much of the speedruns, and especially so much of the music I produce. I'll make a community post announcement about it once I get around to finishing the video. Basically another way of saying it is to be announced and to be determined. Another thing I should also mention is regarding the Sonic Fan Game Marathon, which is something that I originally planned on doing over the summer last year. But depending on how the Sonic Speedrun Redemption Charity Marathon plays out next summer, I might plan on doing it somewhere in November or December. But in all honesty, that too is to be determined. If there's one thing that people should know about me, it's that I'm a passionate content creator, speedrunner, and a music beat producer. I also have that never give up mentality. Always keep my head held high and always look in a positive direction. I understand the fact that certain videos haven't been doing so well in terms of views. It was extremely frustrating to me throughout the past year. I kept putting so much of the blame towards the algorithm and how untrustworthy it was. But at some point, 2 months ago, a fellow content creator on this platform had gave me some advice. I've been so used to doing the same type of content for majority of videos consisting of either full game playthroughs or first look gameplays. Certain online events such as Sage, SHC, and Chow Game Showcase Expo are prime examples as to why I prefer to stick by that. It's only because I believe in giving the viewers the option to watch so many of the entries without any commentary. I know some people have brought up to me that I have potential to do more than just no color commentary gameplays, and in all honesty, I don't mind doing commentary, but it's just that I never had the confidence to think it would work out. I would like to acknowledge all of the smaller channels out there that go out of their way to either @ me or mention me in their description or title of their gameplay videos, and say that I was the main inspiration behind them doing their own gameplays. That's not only something that I appreciate from those channels, but I respect them a lot for doing so. So before I end this video, usually I would like to say a couple of positive quotes to help motivate anyone that really needs it. So here it goes. Optimism is the faith that leads to achievement. Nothing can be done without hope and confidence. Courage is the most important of all virtues because without courage, you can't practice any other virtue consistently. And most importantly, the elevator to success is out of order. You'll have to use the stairs, one step at a time. Like I said in the beginning of the video, 1 year from now, 365 days from now, is when day 1 of the Sonic Speedrun Redemption Charity Marathon 2.0 is gonna happen. There's a lot of progress that I'm hoping to make, and I'll do my best to get it done. With that being said, I hope everyone has a great week. God bless, and I'll see y'all in the next video.